Yeah, well, it's one of those things where
Yeah, go on.
if your opponent is making a mistake, let him.
Exactly. Welcome back to Twintero. I'm David,
And I'm Gary.
and today we're talking about redistricting in Texas.
Yes. And Republican math.
So, as we know, Donald Trump asked Governor Abbott to open a special session of the Texas Congress to uh, not only pass relief for flood victims, but basically to give him 5 more seats. He felt like he deserved or was owed 5 more seats out of Texas. Now, mind you, Texas is more blue voters than red voters, but their representation in the House of Representatives is about 2 Republican reps to 1 Democrat rep. So already their U.S. House of Representative representation is heavily skewed in the wrong direction.
Right.
But now he wants it more skewed.
Yes. So someone in the comments had mentioned that the gerrymandering might not work out the way they were hoping it would. So I went out to Midas Touch. I figured it was Midas Touch that had reported on it because I can't find anything if I search on Yahoo and try and find any kind of story on it, I'm not getting anything. But Midas Touch had reported out saying that the Republicans had redrawn the gerrymandered maps based on the 2024 election results. And in the 2024 election results, young Latino voters were voting for Trump because they felt he would be better for the economy. And what they're finding is now these young Latino voters, they were counting on them voting for Trump again or voting Republican again in 2026. But the speculation is that these voters are now, no way am I voting for a Republican in 2026. So the speculation is these gerrymandered maps may actually add several seats to the Democrats in the 2026 election. And they had the commenter had quoted 7 additional seats. I started watching the Midas Touch video. I have not finished watching it, but that was definitely the insinuation was that because it's so gerrymandered to begin with, and that they are potentially misreading the intentions of this voting demographic, they may accidentally shoot themselves in the foot.
Yep. So let's take a look. See if that's the case.
And that's when we started the video, I was starting to say the quote, when your opponent is making a mistake, don't stop them. It's kind of like when the 49ers and the Vikings played in the early 70s and Jim Marshall was he picked up a fumble and ran the wrong way. And it became a very famous clip. The Niners still lost the game, but it was funny watching this big Minnesota Viking defensive lineman run for a touchdown. It turned out he ran for a safety.
Gotta pause just for a second here.
And we're back.
Sorry, just wanted to watch the Jim Marshall running the wrong way portion of it. Yeah, he sure did. It wasn't like he even got spun around. He just went the wrong direction.
Picked up the ball and ran to the wrong goal.
Now, they did turn around at the end there and got him running the right way, but I don't think he got very far.
No, so it's, let's see how the Republicans are doing. Let's take a look at the energy around this redistricting in Texas for entertainment purposes only. Okay, foundation, a good foundation card, the High Priestess. If you ask the right question, you get the right answer. This is all about knowing what questions to ask. Don't assume anything. You need to ask questions. The challenge across, the King of Wands. From on high, we have to take action. We have to do something immediately. Harumph, harumph.
I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Harumph. Energy underneath it, 3 of Cups. Hey, we are happy and celebrating. We're going to get this through the Texas Congress, and we're going to redistrict those maps and give more seats to King Harumph. In the past, You've got the Eight of Pentacles, lots of work being done to gerrymander the crap out of Texas so that the Republicans can keep control because they don't want to represent, they want to rule. Current energy is the Hangman, but the energy here is they're looking at this thing the wrong way. That they're looking at it from a perspective that may no longer be relevant. Overarching energy is the Eight of Cups. The MAGA influence, the Republican influence, notice the person's wearing a bright red cloak, is going to be walking away from this. It could be, they wanted 5 districts, right? Trump wanted 5.
Yeah.
And the commenter said that it may swing 7 to the Democrats. It could be 8. You know, the Nine of Cups is hopes, wishes, dreams fulfilled. This, you notice how there's a cup missing. This is the opposite of hopes, wishes, dreams fulfilled. This is the, we screwed it up. The lesson to be learned, Queen of Swords. You didn't ask the right questions. You didn't really do your homework. Outcome is the King of Cups, and the voters will benefit. Democracy benefits from it. That's what I got.
I'm gonna read on the energy as well.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things with like Gary's High Priestess card, it's kind of if you go into something with ill intentions, you could end up. It's like they're believing their own press clippings. It's almost like they can't believe that anything would change for the negative, because from their mind, they're doing exactly what they said they were going to do. So why wouldn't they get the support? But let me go ahead and see what I've got on Texas. 4 of Coins, trying to hold on to what they've got, fearful for what's going to be happening in the future, and trying to reach out to unify the base. Again, kind of like hey, we did what we said we're going to do. Counting on like the evangelicals and the Christian right, Christian nationalists to maintain. In the past, the temperance, it's kind of the bringing people into your cup, even though you're the minority cup. You're bringing the voting public into your side of things, even though you're the minority party. The current situation, though, is the Ace of Swords, crusades and actions that are being taken, the mayhem. It's kind of you can go ahead and do this, but you've caused chaos in the very fields with which you're requiring your voters to come out and support you. Foolish thing that you're doing. If they're going to pull this off, they're going to have to reach out. I think, though, that the voting base, especially with the Latinos, they're going to see these guys as false friends. Gary had his cards coming out where I think their eyes are opening to what's going on here. When you're deporting family members, again, there's something to be said for, we're going to go after the worst people.
Yeah.
But guess what? In that community, they kind of know who the worst people are and aren't. And when they see just mass roundups without any degree of selection, it's not like they're fishing with specific lures to capture specific fish. They're gill netting everybody, hauling it all up, and then throwing the whole catch out of the country, rather than picking out the prize fish that you want and throwing everything back.
Right. It's
no discernment.
Yeah, exactly. It's and to your earlier point, the Republicans are like, hey, we told them this is what we were going to do, and we're doing it. They should be thrilled.
Why aren't they happy? And I guess the thing is like, this is true of a lot of communities, but the Latino community can have a bit of classism or elitism with it, peasants versus non-peasants type thing. And but just saying, it's there. It's not like it's not like they're unified a group of people. There is some classism or elitism in there, but generally speaking, every one of them is going to have a friend, a relative, a cousin, or somebody who was non-justly targeted and removed. And just kind of like the entertainers in Florida, like from Venezuela, that were supporting Trump, and then Trump like gets rid of the visas for 500,000 Venezuelans, including the entertainers that were supporting him, and deported like this one woman, her husband. He just deported him, and she's left there like, I sang and fundraised for you, and you deported my husband.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to have that story.
So let's see. How are the Latino voters going to respond? Because I mean, that they're the ones that are being targeted, right? So okay, so you've got the 8 of Wands. It's the messaging and the actions that are being taken that they're witnessing, and then the challenge is the Tower. They're bringing their worlds down. It's the foundation. Their foundations are crumbling. To me, this feels like you said you were going to do this, but we had no idea this is what you meant by that. That's not what we pictured. And you're destroying our image of you, and they want to tear this down. It's
kind of like, you're going to get rid of the drugs out of the neighborhood, and we thought you were going to target the drug dealers. Instead, you carpet bombed the entire neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, the drugs aren't there anymore, nor is anybody else.
Yeah, collateral damage, right?
The Mexican market's gone too. Congratulations.
The energy underneath it is the King of Cups. That was my outcome. You're hurting. We are emotional about this. We're not happy about what we're seeing. And it's, the King of Cups is starting to become more like the democracy card. This isn't the democracy that we were expecting.
Leopards came to eat my face, right? No, this is not what you promised us.
Yes, exactly. The leopards weren't supposed to eat our face. They're supposed to eat the bad guy's faces. I just want to look underneath that. And then underneath it is the world. And we want this to come to an end.
They're deporting people.
Yeah, that too. In the past, you got the 7 of Swords.
They're stealing the jobs.
Well, to me, this is the Latino voters were basically, they were the ones that were buying the information that was being sold to them. Hey, they're taking your jobs. These are bad people. They steal from you, and we need to get rid of them. Current energy is the 10 of Wands, but it's a burden, and we need to make this have this come to an end, because you're creating burdens on families and people that were not part of the really bad people that were doing stuff. This could be an emotional burden. It's like, oh my God, I voted for this, and now they're doing this, and I allowed this.
Yeah, it's like guilt.
Yeah, exactly. Overarching energy is a 10 of Swords, and we need the Latino voters. We are going to put an end to this. You are hurting our people, and we don't want you to hurt us anymore. The lesson to be learned is the 4 of Cups. You don't have to like what's in front of you, but you have an opportunity to change it. In 2 years or 4 years. 4 years you can change the president. 2 years you can change your Congress. But you have an opportunity to change it, but you've got to reach out for it. And the outcome is the 4 of Swords. Think about it. You better think about what you're doing, because it has impacts.
I don't think they're going to show up.
That could be too.
They may not vote for the Democrats, but they may not show up for the Republicans.
Well, that's
looking at that.
That's a win for the Democrats.
Yeah.
Because it's a non-Republican vote.
Have the Republicans spoiled the pudding here? have their actions de-incentivized the very Latino voters that they want to support them. These are 8 of Wands again. Things are changing quickly here. You got the Chariot, the Strength card, the 4 of Wands, and Temperance.
Major Arcana going on there.
Yeah. This is kind of like change or transformation. There's transformation and change happening quickly here. With the Strength card underneath, the Chariot, things moving forward, the welcoming or feeling unwelcomed. Yeah, I think that's it. As you're deporting people and making them feel unwelcomed, this is the time where the Latino community can actually flex its power because the Republicans are counting on them. So will they show up? They might. It depends. This is kind of an empowering moment for the Latino community. They can say, okay, you know what, you've done us dirty, and if you want our votes back, then you're going to give us this, that, and the other thing, and hold them to that. If you want our votes,
go back down to your cards. So if you take it from the perspective of, if the Democrats need to get out there and get their message out, right? So if you look at it from the perspective of someone who's in the Democratic Party candidate or whatnot, or in the Democratic committee, get your message out. It's a gentle message. You got to show strength, but you don't have to shove it down their throat.
It makes a lot of sense from a Democratic point of view, because if they work and say, hey, you know what, for us, you're part of the melting pot. We want to keep you here. We'll work for you. We'll get these people back. You're always welcome with us. Incredible cards. If the Democrats can reach out to that community,
exactly,
and get those disenfranchised voters, they'll bring them right into the tent, and that'll make the Democrats a powerhouse. It might be enough to finally get them over the hump of the gerrymandering and voter suppression crowd actions that are taking place in Texas.
Yeah, that's what I was, when you were reading that, I was thinking, boy, I'm glad David threw those cards. I don't know what's going on, but as soon as I changed my perspective, it's like, oh, okay, that actually falls right into place.
And things that make things, and what might make it difficult is watching the Republicans do a 180 in those districts, because if they feel like they've lost the Hispanic vote, then they have to start voter suppressing and purging voter rolls of the very same voters that they were thinking they were going to count on. And do they have the courage to do that? Do they believe the numbers that they see to do that? Because it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of thing. We were counting on them to get us over the top, but we think they're going the other way. What do? Do we
do the Empress card? We do what's best for us and our family.
Yeah, but you're going to have to trust your data. And which set of data was right? Was it the data saying they'll vote for us, or is it the data saying they're not supporting us? Well, that's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, and the tough thing is polling data seems lately to not be as reliable as it was 10, 20 years ago. Polling data is like, what it used to be very accurate is now just complete crap. Now, of course, if elections are being manipulated, the polling data is not going to capture that. So
yeah, kind of hard to capture manipulation, isn't it?
Yeah, they haven't gotten a poll for that yet. So that's what I got for that.
That's all I got too. All right, thank you everyone for watching this video and supporting our channel. I appreciate it.
Yeah, if you like these videos, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell, and we'll wake you up at midnight with a video just like this.
And at this point, Gary likes to read through the comments, delete the ones he doesn't like, and then give shout outs to the people that are really nice to
that I do like. Yes, all right. And today we're going to start the shout out with Lily, also known as Baldur's Place. Baldur is the cat.
Baldur's Gate. Yay, the night of wands.
Lily made a very kind contribution to the channel. I think it's Dutch Kroners.
Dutch Crunch.
Yes, 100 of them, which means Dave and I are probably super wealthy now.
Don't know if it's quite like that.
Well, I'm not sure what the exchange rate is,
I
but
think it's Danish krones.
Danish kroners. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so thank you so much, Lily. Lily is a frequent contributor to the comment section. And then I'm going into the community page right now. Hey, it's Giggly Erin. Hey, Giggly Erin. Oh yes. Oh, so she's not giggling anymore. She's being very serious.
The giggly was to catch you off guard.
Yes. And then Crystal Heart 9.
We got the King of Swords.
Thank you for your readings. And thank you, Crystal. We appreciate that. And then how about a card for the rest of us?
The Ace of Swords.
Knight of Swords.
So close.
Rush forth, charge forth. Don't be like the Republicans and just charge willy-nilly into a situation, assuming you have all the facts and everything is going your way. Once again, if your opponent is making a mistake, just go ahead and let them. It's okay.
All right, thank you, everyone. We'll catch you on the next video. Take care.